Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, mentioned Hong Kong in her speech.
Today, the House is proud to pass the bicameral, bipartisan Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act.
The act has three important elements. 1. The U.S. is to review annually whether Hong Kong is sufficiently autonomous from Beijing to justify its special trading status under U.S. law. 2. Sanctions against Hong Kong officials responsible for undermining fundamental freedoms and autonomy in Hong Kong, entry into the U.S., and freezing of their assets in the U.S. 3. Loosen visa requirements for Hong Kong protesters to enter the U.S. The Senate also passes a resolution condemning Beijing's interference in Hong Kong affairs, the Stand with Hong Kong resolution, the Protect Hong Kong Act, seeking to block the sale of tear gas and other crowd control items to Hong Kong. These are no doubt a huge support for the Hong Kong people fighting for human rights and democracy. October 16, 2019, Chief Executive of Hong Kong, Carrie Lam, publishes her third policy address. There are many protests outside the central government complex. Pan-Democracy representatives projected the text, 5 demands, not one less, via a projector inside the Hong Kong District Council. They shouted, "Carrie Lam, step down." Legislative Council President canceled the meeting and Carrie Lam left the meeting.
The city's least popular post-colonial leader had her annual policy address adjourned after some lawmakers stood on desks, chanted protest slogans, and held up banners of Carrie Lam with blood on her hands. The heckling forced an unprecedented cancellation of the address.
呢啲聲音呢，就係過去4個月嚟，市民喺街頭因為反送中所面對住嘅困難，所面對住嘅痛苦，呢個痛苦我哋淨係喺呢一個 speaker 度播出嚟係唔足夠嘅，因為有好多嘅痛苦唔止今日要面對，唔止跟住個1星期要面對，佢哋好可能跟住年年月都要繼續面對。呢啲嘅聲音，我就係特登，我哋全部民主派議員就要帶俾林鄭聽啊，等佢聽得到、睇得到，佢雙手染晒血㗎啦，佢憑乜嘢再做特首啊？
Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, mentioned Hong Kong in her speech.
Interesting to me, people are saying, well, you have to know both sides of the story. Okay, you want to know both sides? One side is a very repressive regime that is crushing democratic freedoms in Hong Kong at the same time that they have tried to destroy the culture, the language, the religion in Tibet, at the same time as they incarcerate in education camps more than 1 million, could be 3 million Uyghur Muslims in China, while they repress religious freedom there. The list goes on and on. And the other side, young people speaking out for freedom, democratic freedoms in Hong Kong. They are so impressive.
女。